Hello, what we've got here is a tricky situation on how to get this handle off of this Kohler one handle shower system. And so we decided to make a video of it so that maybe we could help some other folks out. This does not have a set screw or a bonnet behind it, it's all one piece. And so in order to get this handle off to access the pressure balance unit and the cap inside here, you have to take off these two screws right here, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then this whole wall unit, the wall bezel here and the handle all come off together. So we're going to do that here. We'll show you that, but first we're going to go shut the water off so that we don't get all wet standing in here. Okay, we've got the water inlet coming in from outside here. This shuts off the entire house. There's not an isolated valve for the shower, for that individual shower, so we're just going to turn that one right there off. Now we shouldn't get wet. Okay, we've got the water off so that we can access those screws really easily. Before we pulled the screws out, we covered up the drain here because, as luck would have it, if we were to drop a screw, it'd probably go right down the drain. So we just covered that up with a towel. And we're just going to unscrew these here. Then when we pull this off, it'll access the stem on top of the cap. Right there. See, the stem adapter is screwed with those two screws right there to the handle, which is what holds the handle on, which is why you can't access it without taking the entire thing off. So we're going to set that aside for a moment. Then we're going to pull these two screws here off the collar. This will give us access to what Kohler calls the cap. You can get it out of there. Like that. And this cap right here, that's what you turn on and off with the water. It has this right here is a stop mechanism. This right here behind this O-ring is a stop mechanism that doesn't allow you to turn too much hot water on and off. We're going to replace that and this pressure regulating unit right here. This here has a rubber diaphragm inside it, and that rubber diaphragm on this one has failed, which is causing no mixture of water to go on. It's either all hot or all cold, which makes for an uncomfortable shower. Inside here, this here goes in the back, there's two rubber O-rings. They stayed on the back in here. They're right back here and here. You got to make sure and get those O-rings out so that you can replace those with some new ones. See, there's one. And you certainly don't want one to be on there and then you put new ones on, you got them doubled up. Everything will not fit. Okay, we've got the new pressure balancing unit here. Got to make sure and put the new O-rings in the back. That's what we did here. It's looks a little greasy because we stuck some silicone grease on there. They're seated in there. And then all you've got to do, slide it in. Just like that. Get seated into those back. You want to make sure and get this stop right here at the top. Otherwise, your hot will be cold and your cold will be hot when you go to screw it together. These O-rings are tight the first time you put them together. So you got to make sure and get it aligned right. And we're going to put this collar on here. We've got these two screws to put on. There's one. We're not going to tighten it all the way up until we get them both set. Snug them up so it engages those O-rings real well. There's two sets of O-rings in there we're looking for. Now we're going to turn the water on. Make sure we don't have any leaks inside the wall there before we put our wall cover and our handle on. So we'll turn the water on and then we'll come back and check, see if we got any leaks. We've got it in there. We've got the water on. There's no leaks. You need to make sure and you pull this O-ring here out. It's in a little divot groove right there on that stem. Pull this caution sign back and you can realign that little stop there where it stops, so that when it hits the top you don't get too much hot water out. It's kind of a safety device that is required by the government. We've got that set where we think we want it, so we're ready to put the handle back on. Make sure we get the right side up, and we got the right side up there. So that's Kohler. Take our 2 screws. And we're going to turn this just a little bit. We already got the water on to get this last screw in there. Get those snugged up just right. Turn the water off. You'll notice on the, I didn't show you specifically on the video, but that wall plate on the back side has a gasket. It goes around it like this. The gasket doesn't quite touch itself down here at the bottom. It's about an inch gap, so that if any water does get behind there, it can kind of drain out against the bottom of that. So you want to make sure that gap is on the bottom. And that is how you replace the pressure balance unit, the cap, on a Kohler single handle that does not have a set screw or a bonnet. Hope this video helps you, and I appreciate Pierce videoing it. Have a good day.